The way I'll help my client to change is to actually be that right then and there with them. So on the way back from Zurich, Switzerland, on the plane a couple days ago, I watched the old movie Gandhi. I don't know, it came out from like the 70s or 80s, the classic. But I'd never seen it, and I never really looked into Gandhi's life that much. Of course, I quoted him on the internet, because that's what everybody does. But yeah, I never really looked into him, and holy crap, what a movie. I had my eyes were welling up with tears multiple times throughout the film. In part because there were so many sad moments where so many people were, you know, brutalized and beaten and killed and things like that. But actually, a lot of the reason that I was welling up with tears was in absolute awe of this man. Just inspired by his depth of integrity and his commitment to his principles. And it really helped me to see what he actually meant by that popular quote, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." That's what Gandhi said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." And I always heard that, and I loved it, and I quoted it, and for me it always represented the simple idea that if you want the world to be a certain way, then you should do the things that are going to lead to that. Like, for a simple example, if you want a clean planet, then you should recycle. You should, in a sense, do the things that are going to lead to creating the world that you want. Go first, right? And it was inspiring even in that sense. But what I got from watching the film was not necessarily about doing, but it was actually very, very literal. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be it. Be it. And I started thinking about coming from a place of being and not doing, being as distinct from doing. And what does that actually mean, especially in my work with leadership and with coaching? And I just realized that when I'm in a conversation with somebody, or when I'm standing at an event doing some public coaching or whatever, if in the moment of my dialogue with them, I am willing to be the thing I want to see them able to be in their life, i.e. if I want them to go into their life to be more fearless, if I want my client to transform and be more fearless and as a leader, to be more able to speak their truth in the world, then the way that I will help them to change who they are, the way I'll help my client to change, is to actually be that right then and there with them. So for me, Gandhi's new phrase for me now is, be the change I want to see in my clients. Be the change I want to see in the person in front of me. Be the change that they want to have. Be fearless, as an example, in the conversation with them. Be willing to say exactly what's on my mind and heart. Be willing to say exactly what's true for me in the moment of being with them. Not to set an example, not so that they'll get the insight and the idea they really need so they can go out in the world and then have that insight and idea and do that, but actually by being that, there is more than a communication. There's almost, in a sense, a transmission of a way of being. I create a way of being, and by being that with another person, it echoes out, it moves out, it transmits out from me into them, then they get to have some of that as well, and they go out into the world and be that. It's like we're lighting fires. That's what Gandhi did. He beed something, past tense of be, I just created that word. He beed something, he was something. He showed up as somebody in a certain way of being, and by being that way, he transmitted it out. He was being that way so powerfully that it actually changed an entire country and changed the entire world. He changed history. Imagine that you can be something with such integrity, such power, such intensity, that simply by being it, others around you be it as well. That's what Gandhi meant by be the change. He didn't mean you go first and you do it first. He meant that by being it with intensity and power, that in itself does change everything. There's a transmission. We're lighting fires. Much love. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, click the button, and also share with your friends. Share the love. Tweet it, Facebook it, Google Plus it, LinkedIn it, whatever you do, get it out there. And of course, if you really want to engage in this idea, down below in the comments, the discussion, the dialogue is where the best insights come. Challenge me, ask me questions, I will get back to you. Your ideas, your comments help me to create more videos. Finally, if you're interested in learning it all about what I do, my personal coaching for leaders, artists, musicians, sole proprietors, anybody who's a creative force in the world and creating their own things,
check out my website. Also, if you're a coach and you want to learn more about my apprenticeship or learn more about how I create coaching clients, check out my website, link down below. Much love.